The video we watched this week was from a lecture called 19th Century Anti-Immigrant Movements. This lecture was given by Professor Edward O'Donnell, who is a history professor at a college called the Holy Cross. The lecture he gave came from a course called The Irish American Experience. In this lecture, he talks about the prejudice many immigrants in the 19th century faced regarding religion, customs, and social status. He talks about, in the U.S., we pride ourselves for being a nation of immigrants, but at the same time, our nation is always questioning this. Most Americans today in the 21st century love immigration, yet there are also many debates in politics that Americans hate immigration. However, he believes that it is possible to love it and hate it at the same time, or to feel both ways. He also discusses the multicultural ideal, or how individuals of all nations are melted into a new race of men whose labors and prosperity will one day cause great changes in the world. Professor O'Donnell discusses the different parties at the time, such as the Whig Party, American Party, and Republican Party, all of which had elections and won for different states. A big part of his lecture was also about nativism, focusing primarily on the Irish. He discussed nativism related to religion, immigrant takeover, poverty, disease, crime, labor, race, politics, radicalism, and terrorism. The first thing I learned was how much the Irish affected nativism in a negative way. Regarding nativism and disease, 85% of foreign-born admissions in the 1850s were Irish, and there was an epidemic that killed over 4,000 people. 44% of those were Irish-born. Regarding nativism and crime, 55% of those who were arrested in the 1850s were Irish-born, and 35% of the prostitutes arrested at that time were also Irish-born. Basically, wherever you turned, there were Irish offenders, to the point that people would say whenever an Irish person had a kid that they were probably going to be criminals. Also regarding nativism and labor, a lot of job hiring said at the bottom, Irish people need not even apply. Second thing that I learned from this video were the two different types of immigration, past immigration and the new or present immigration that we are in today. Past immigration is from generations ago when ancestors came over to the U.S. It is what shaped the U.S. and gave us culture. A lot of people like it because it brings in cheap labor, but once ethnic groups got to America, they wanted to bring over the rest of their families. The new or present immigration is where we are now, how we may be getting too many immigrants, including illegal immigration. He says that it all has to do with timing.